Right, new legendary hero.
If it truly is the heavens that have given me this gift, then I'll use it for everyone's benefit.
Okay. Some people actually get... Oh, she's on a cav. She's a red cav mage. Gifted magic. Oh, wait, what? What was that? I only briefly read it. This outfit's really cute. I remember this in a cipher art, so it's a well-based image.
What should I do?
What is going on? It's her AoE. Yeah, she has a special, unique AoE. I saw that. That was crazy. This is also not real. Which self-respecting Levitane isn't using Vantage? No way. Levitane would have destroyed Lilina in that situation. Almost all Levitanes are distant counter Vantage just because of how her insane damage output. Alright, other heroes available are Peony, Legendary Celica, Bramimon, welcome back. But you're stuck with... well, yeah. Jill! That is crazy. Okay, the reds are the strong ones because Plumeria and Reginn. Yep. So yeah, red will be very, very strong. I'll be pulling for red. Brave Edelgard is back with like this. It's a CY. What the? It's a hidden CYL banner, chat. But this is actually based off the cipher art version of Lilina. Now, before she got shown off, I remember reading a few comments. Some people actually guessed Lilina. Like before. Legendary Celica has now been on the banner of every Edelgard. Is that actually true? That's so weird. Now, she's been guessed by a couple people, and I thought that was surprising because I know PM1 guessed Byleth personally, and personally I knew it was going to be a red hero, just like everybody else, because it was Plumeria and Reginn and left a really big red slot, but I couldn't guess Lilina. I just didn't see why it would be Lilina. Let me put it this way. When did Legendary Roy release, right? Legendary Roy is absurdly old at this point. You would think they would put in his counterpart, Lilina, lot earlier. So because they took their sweet time there, that never happened. Yeah, he's right there. That never happened, so I didn't expect it to happen. But yeah, it happened. It's actually Lilina. I just never expected that. And, well, the red mage pool is actually kind of small. Red mage cav pool, sorry. Because when you think about it, it's just, you know, Mage Erica being dominant there, and like there are very few options. So it's nice she's there. But yeah. Also, before someone says like, hey, if one hero comes in, their counterpart is guaranteed to come in. Not necessarily true. For example, Legendary Ryoma would make you automatically think of Legendary Xander, which hasn't happened and will probably never happen at this rate. And not every hero will become a legendary hero, because the word legendary doesn't even make sense. I mean, fundamentally, when we got Legendary Grima, it should have just stopped making sense. But yeah. So it is Lilina. So congrats to the people who guessed her. That was... I don't know how they did it, but like there were a bunch of people who just suddenly were guessing Legendary Lilina. So, yeah. Anyways, Lilina, Firelight leader, red mage cav with her own unique... That's crazy. She has a unique AoE special. That was 2 cooldown? Man. Hey, Infrared. Alright. No, I love the art. The art is really, really good. This is... I think this is a slightly older Lilina. Right? This same of... To match the Legendary Roy. Alright, studied 4-Blaze. Of course, it's still 4-Blaze. Special cooldown charge -1. Whoa. That's kind of nutty. At start of turn 1, grant special cooldown count -1 to unit. So that's 2 cooldown minus. So unlike Ophelia, she doesn't need anyone else to help her set up her AoE, which is gifted magic. A unique AoE that is at half the cooldown. But it's not full damage because it's 0.8x instead of 1 to 1.5x damage. But we'll get to that. At start combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, grants attack res +6 during combat and disables units and foe skills that change attack priority. They basically made a red Ophelia on a horse. That's nutty. By the way, I think she's going to have the same BST, if not better, than Ophelia because she's released so much later. So that's even more insane. Essentially, they put together a hardy bearing. Attack res +6. And the criteria of units HP over 25% is basically guaranteed. So that's not even a struggle. You know, chat, I can already think of why they did this. Think about it. How many crazy Vantage heroes did we get? Think about who was our last harmonic hero. Like, we've been getting a lot of these pristine Vantage heroes. Like, they even showed off the battle against Ninja Levitane, a pristine Vantage hero, of course. And of course, we just got harmonic Altina, who just generates Vantage immediately at the press of a button. So these are probable counters, though I'm not completely sure if that will happen, because Gifted Magic, right? Before combat, this unit initiates foes in an area near target. You take damage equal to 0.x. Units attack minus foes defense or res. Which, by the way, that also means Altina's incredible high base res is being factored in here. So she might not actually take a lot of damage. And then in battle with her actual res of like attack res unity, Altina might be able to shrug off this damage. But it's characters like Altina, harmonic Altina, that I think this is to counter, obviously. And another character would probably be like Freya, for example. Freya is actually absurdly difficult to deal with sometimes. But if you have a red mage of AoE, you're going to beat her. She rarely runs. I've never actually seen her run Vantage, because that just wouldn't make sense. Freya's B slot is just amazing. Anyways, with that said, it's a unique AoE, so that's something we haven't had before, so that's cool to have in the game. Additionally, she has attack res level 4, which is kind of weird, because attack res level 4 and the tome ability of attack res plus 6 during combat, none of that factors into Gifted Magic. Yeah, because it says take damage equal to 0.8x, units attack minus foes defense or res. But that is prior to combat, so you have to have actual buffs or actual stats. So a skill like Fury 4 or Life and Death would get you actual more damage from Gifted Magic. But I think people lose their mind over it sometimes. Like, it's nice to have more damage, but a lot of times it's not worth getting like another A skill for it. So attack res level 4 is really, really good. And considering this is a mage cav, she's going to run away from her allies and be separated very easily. So you probably want to take that. Additionally, she has Sabotage Res. That's kind of crazy because, yeah, this is, by the way, this is a looped AoE, right? Because special trigger cooldown -1 means 1 cooldown. Grants cooldown cap -1 to unit at start of turn 1. Is another cooldown. And once you enter battle, so you start the battle with the AoE, it happens prior to battle. Once the battle starts, your cooldown drops to 1, and once you attack, it drops to 0. So it's just a looped AoE. So the Sabotage Res isn't actually for damage during combat, even though it would factor in. It's more for damage prior to combat, because you're dropping the res -7 on them. So Lilina's a legitimate sweeper option, just like Ophelia. Give her a dancer, a support hero, and she'll just drop the Sabotage Res and the AoEs constantly and smoke everybody. Which, by the way, she instantly has Pulse Smoke, which is a great C-slot skill. So that's just a very strong kit. Anyways, you guys have any thoughts on her? Let me know. I think she's actually pretty fair. She's not like any new concept. Oh, she's also going to be slow. You see how she's not doubling an Axe Dragon. Axe Dragons are notoriously slow. Wait, her stats are probably out. Let me see. Yeah, they are. 39 HP, 56 attack, 21 speed, 16 defense, and 40 res. She doesn't have anything that adds extra stats, so those are actual stats. So that gives her, what, a base attack of 42? Am I looking at that right? She has a base attack of 42. Holy crap. 21 res makes her, 21 speed makes her very well min-maxed. This is a... She's like... Okay, we literally haven't had a hero like this since Ophelia, and she's even more well-suited for it. Ophelia actually has a bit of speed, and Ophelia has, like, no bulk to speak of in any sorts. She has HP, I guess, but that's about it. But Lilina is all in on attack, all in on res, low defense, low speed, very mediocre HP. She's just meant to do this AoE thing over and over again, which means you can leave her in range. Like, this is actually demonstrating it pretty well. In this battle, you can leave her in range of Thracier. Thracier can't kill her. She could probably even do decently well against Ophelia, if she doesn't get AoE'd, which she will because of Ophelia's setup. Huh. Anyways, showing off her unique special. So I'm more interested in damage on 28. More interested on damage on everybody else. Okay. Anyways, Ophelia's pretty cool. She's not broken. Not broken at all. She would, because the AoE, even though it's reduced cooldown, it's not 1.5x damage. So it's not a crazy amount of damage, though she hits really, really hard. Fundamentally, because as long as she's alone, she gets 6 more attack, 13 more attack because of the attack solo and the skill in her tome. So she's just meant to kill Vantage heroes. She's very flimsy and she's easy to snipe by other characters. So I think she's a fair character. She's nothing game breaking. Oh, actually, this Levitain is DC. It's because she has Hardy Bearing that Levitain isn't attacking back. So yeah, this allows you to run essentially. If you run her in your defense team, you essentially get to run two Hardy Bearing heroes. And I do think like heroes such as like Micaiah, Dancer Micaiah, is just straight up out of date. So okay, it fully displays what she is.
She looks so basic for a unit that comes of the heels of the likes of Dueling Ninja Levitain and Winter ATL Lina. She seems quite underwhelming, not bad mind you, just feel like she's missing something.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you there, but because of her high base attack and the AoE, she should be able to one-shot most things in the game. I just feel like you can beat this, right? You can shrug off the AoE damage and take one shot. I feel like that's totally possible. I'm aware Ninja Levitain comes with the sword, guys, but nobody uses it. You always just switch to this encounter. This encounter is so good on her. Impact skill could help as well, but if I'm worried about her low AoE damage because it's 0.8x. It's almost half of what it could possibly be at 1.5x. So that's what I'm worried about personally. Maybe you want to switch over to Fury 4 or something. But yeah, it's up to you. I think she's a fair character. Again, beating Ophelia, it's essentially the same idea as beating Ophelia. It's nothing crazy. One way you can beat Ophelia, of course, is to run Miracle, right? As long as she doesn't drop you to 1 HP prior to battle, once the battle starts, you're at 1 HP and then you counterattack and then you kill her. Like you take her 1 attack and you counterattack and kill her. So that's one way to deal with it. Another way to deal with it is just you snipe her. But I do like the fact that there will be like essentially 2 really powerful Hardy Bearing heroes in the battle now, because that makes it much harder to be sniped. But there are ways to take this. And I like Ophelia comes to rally attack plus. I guess you could do a rally trap with her still, but there are ways like Loki to slow down movement or take away buffs or take away dancer movement, snipe. Especially, I mean, if you think about it, if you have a hero like Reginn, for example, who has Canto, if you do like hit and run Reginn, which sounds a bit weird, but if you remember, if you have hit and run and you attack with Reginn, she attacks, gets the kill, she moves back 1 space, and then she gets 3 spaces of movement again. So there are a bunch of options you can do to like snipe and break down teams. So I do think this is fair. All right. Yeah. It wasn't Byleth as a lot of people had hoped, but I thought it would be kind of weird for it to be Byleth. No, actually, if you think about it, chat, look at the heroes available. Brave Claude, Brave Dimitri, Brave Edelgard. Are they mocking us? If it was legendary Byleth, would this not have been the perfect banner for him? You are literally throwing CYL into this banner. You are literally teasing us. Huh. That's weird. Byleth's most likely going to be a red character, red hero, of course. You know, owing to the creator sword, but like, yeah, you guys are right. Like, this would have been a pretty well set time. All right, with that said, our heroes for colorless, it's actually really strong. Brave Claude and Bravimund are very, very strong options. But the God of Fitness is going to drag it down, and that really depends if you still want like catapult fighting. I guess that's catapults in your Ether Raids defense, I guess. But yeah, that's not for everybody. For blues, we have Brave Dimitri, Gotri, and Peony, pretty strong as well. Brave Dimitri and Peony are very, very good units. Gotri's good fodder. He actually has really good stats as well. Just not sure if anyone wants to commit to him nowadays. Green is pretty strong as well. You know, chat, I can't like actually say any of these colors are bad because they involve all the Brave heroes, and all the Brave heroes are just so powerful. So for fodder reasons, for usage reasons, the Brave heroes are amazing. And for green, you have Jill and Edelgard, two of my favorite green characters are in this game. I love Jill, and I love Edelgard, so those two are really, really good. And they're really good fodder as well. From Edelgard, you can take Joint Drive Res and Distant Ward. From Jill, you can take Attack Speed Solo, Attack Speed Push? Attack Speed Push, right? Attack Speed Push and Speed Defense Rain. And then you got a Legendary Celica for Sparrow as well. So very, very good there. But of course, the overall best color is just red, being Plumeria, Reginn, and Lilina. That's 2 mythics and a legendary. 2 offensive red Astro mythics. That's crazy. So yeah, that doesn't need much explanation as well, because that's just really strong. Reginn, if you guys pulled for Reginn on her normal banner, I think it would be silly, because the reality is this banner is so much better. That's why I did tell people to not pull for Reginn immediately. Just wait for this banner. All right. With that said, everything releases on Christmas. You're kidding me, right? Christmas? This is the least festive legendary hero we've ever gotten. Not that legendary heroes are supposed to be festive, but like she's literally fire. Okay. I don't know. I have nothing against Lilina, by the way.